So The Chosen Season 4 has just released their teaser trailer. Of course, if you've watched our previous video, thank you. If you haven't, go watch that first before this video. We're going to be diving a little bit deeper into some of the things that maybe I missed or that I have thought more about since I went through it. Remember, I woke up right after ChosenCon in order to get that out to you as fast as possible, and I'm trying to get as much content onto this channel as possible. So let's dive into this and talk about what I missed or what I think we could talk deeper about that I didn't talk about in my previous breakdown. So previously when I was watching this, it was either on a big screen very quickly at ChosenCon or in my room on a laptop. And so I haven't really had a chance to sit down, dive into this on my desktop and look at every little frame. So one of the things that I got wrong initially was actually John the Baptist. I thought that this was maybe a flashback where he was throwing rocks in the air for some reason. I was thinking in my mind, maybe he's like throwing rocks at someone and he's like messing with them, and this is a flashback back in time. But what I actually think is happening is that this is some sort of dream sequence from Jesus. I think that's what this might be. I think this shot right here with John the Baptist actually connects to the beginning of what we're seeing in this trailer with Jesus at the very, very beginning. I think this is way more likely than what I was thinking previously, where I think this is like a dreamy sequence that's happening where Jesus is maybe dreaming of John the Baptist or possibly seeing him in heaven somehow. I don't know. We don't get this kind of look in scripture of Jesus's mind or what he's thinking. So this could be a moment where he is having a conversation with John the Baptist after John has died. Why do I think that? Well, originally, while I thought these were rocks over here, now I can actually see, if we back this up a little bit and play it through, you can actually see frame by frame, John is actually breaking chains that are on his wrist. So you see that the chain links are flying, and then you see the chains on his wrist there. So he's breaking the chains. What is this reference? Remember the scripture that we talked about previously? We talked about how Jesus has come to release the captives, right? To set them free. And so this is a really big verse that we've been harping on since season 3 and even since season 1. Jesus has actually been talking about this. But John specifically mentioned setting the captives free and how he felt about that in prison last season. So I think this is what the indication is. This is some sort of dream sequence where Jesus is seeing John the Baptist, and those two scenes kind of line up there. And then I think they're either going to have a conversation or this is going to be like a quick scene where Jesus sees that and he's emotional about it. I'm not 100% sure, but it's going to be interesting regardless. So this is going to be a cool scene, but just want to let you know these are chains. He's breaking them here. I think it's going to be some sort of dream sequence, but who knows? The next thing has to do with this moment right here, which I'm almost 100% certain now is Thomas. I've looked at the different character costumes and the necklace and everything else. I'm almost certain that this is Thomas. And what does this mean for us? Well, I think this is one of two things. Most likely, I think I'm right about something that happened earlier as well for our behind the scenes stuff. We have a clip of Dallas talking to Yasmin, who plays Rama, and they're actually talking about a moment that's pretty intense within The Chosen itself. It seems like Rama is talking to Jesus and she's saying, "You're the closest thing I have to a father now."
If you take a pause for "you're the closest thing I have to a father now."
So possibly this is what Thomas could be mourning about, what he could be upset about. Maybe Rama's father dies, and this prevents Rama from actually pursuing the relationship with Thomas. We're going to supposedly see Thomas and Rama, even in episode 1 and 2, really start to get together and maybe even get engaged to some level. But this would totally destroy that and cause Thomas to doubt even more. Of course, foreshadowing for the future of where Thomas is going to go. Another part of the trailer that I wanted to dive into a little bit more was actually with Quintus. Quintus is burning some sort of papers in his office. We know that this is Quintus because this is his outfit. I verified that earlier. And this is his office as well. We see the same things that are on his desk there. But we don't know what he's burning. Some options maybe could be orders from Rome. Maybe they think that he's not doing his job very well, and that's what's irritating him. Remember, we saw a scene previously that Dallas showed us, an unfinished scene, showing us Quintus and Gaius getting into a really heated kind of moment. And so Quintus is obviously fired up, and maybe this is the letter that gets him to go there. Maybe this is what sets him off, is that he's getting a letter from Pontius Pilate or from someone else that's ordering him to get control of his area because he's not doing a very good job. He's probably in danger of losing his job overall, so he's got to be very careful with that. Real quick before we get to the last one, I wanted to mention this because I thought it was funny. If you look close in these two clips, you can actually see the tracking markers for the CGI team, which is really funny. They left it in the trailer. And then last but not least is this moment with Lazarus as he's looking at grave clothes. I'm really convinced at this point that this is Lazarus after he is resurrected, after he's brought back to life, and he's looking at his own grave clothes. I think this scene is showing us the journey that Lazarus is going on. Not just that he's gone through this journey of death and life, but that his best friend is actually the Son of God, the Messiah. This is a big deal. Obviously for him, this is something that he's really going to be trying to go through and figure out on his own. Now, there's a lot of different dialogue that's going on during this scene as well, during the whole entire trailer actually. And if you want to see me break down that dialogue, which I believe is mostly between Jesus and Lazarus, then go ahead and check out this video right here, and we'll see you guys on the next one.